NXT had its annual changing of the guard this week on NXT, bringing in a brand new crop of superstars to make up for those who have moved up to the main roster. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the midweek wrap-up. Still no news on Lucha Underground. It is coming soon, but they're doing their greatest hits currently on El Rey Network, so we're just talking NXT. So on NXT, we had Undisputed Era open up, Roderick Strong explaining why he decided to join Undisputed Era and screw over Pete Dunne, because he assumed that eventually Pete Dunne was just going to turn on him because Pete Dunne only cares about the UK Championship. So he decided to do something for himself and ensure that he would keep the titles for a longer time. Then Adam Cole defeated Oney Lorcan with a little bit of help from the Undisputed Era, which was hysterical, having them drag a doctor down to ringside to check on Adam Cole's ribs, and then as soon as Oney Lorcan was down, miraculously Adam Cole was okay.
Hey, just be happy he made a miraculous recovery.
Well, yeah.
And he's okay.
Yeah. Well, what would NXT be without Adam Cole?
Baby.
And then it continued to beat down on Oney Lorcan, brought out Danny Burch, who also suffered an attack from Undisputed Era. Heavy Machinery defeated Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss after Tino left Riddick high and dry.
I'm going to call them partially disputed era.
Partially disputed?
Until Bobby Fish is healed.
Okay, that's fair.
Slightly disputed era.
Heavy Machinery, after picking up the win, called out the War Raiders after their attack on them 2 weeks ago in NXT.
Something about food and gyms.
Steaks and weights, bro.
War.
The war of steaks and weights. It's coming. Then we had
How about the weights will win?
We had a really interesting situation in the women's division. We had a Shayna Baszler video package about, her talking the state of the NXT women's division, her reign as champion, and then we also had a few different names kind of, saying how they felt about Shayna Baszler as the champion. We had Aaliyah, we had Candice LeRae, we had Lacey Evans, we had Nikki Cross. All of them kind of saying how they felt when it came to the women's championship. So after a few of these, there was a backstage interview between Kathy and Dakota Kai. Kathy asking Dakota how she feels about the situation that happened last week when Shayna burst into the locker room. She tried to leave to go get water, and how that whole situation is. And Dakota Kai is legit terrified of Shayna Baszler. She bullied Dakota. She was she didn't want to talk about it. She knew that Shayna was gonna be lurking around a corner, and then Shayna just kind of shut her down, and it was just very interesting situation to see Dakota Kai in. But we have two ladies looking to get a little bit of momentum next week, as Candice LeRae will take on Bianca Belair. We also have the debut of the finest, Kona Reeves. TM61 will take on the Street Profits, and Pete Dunne will face Roderick Strong all next week on NXT. Then in our main event, what was supposed to be Johnny Gargano challenging Aleister Black for the NXT Championship was quickly changed when Tommaso Ciampa attacked Johnny Gargano, fought up onto the commentator's table, fought back up onto the stage, and then delivered a Celtic cross through a couple tables off of the stage, causing Johnny to be carted away and sent to the hospital. This brought out Aleister Black, extremely aggravated that his competition had been taken away.
Yeah, so he's going to call out Ciampa.
Yeah, he was about to call out Ciampa, but before he could finish his sentence, he was confronted by Eric Young, Alexander Wolf, and Killian Dane. Eric Young kind of went on a sanity spiel, which was interrupted by Aleister Black saying, "Are you looking for this?" as he held up the NXT Championship. Eric Young smiled. He said, "Fine, let's do it." And Aleister Black retained the NXT Championship by hitting Black Mass on Eric Young, and then one for Alexander Wolf and one for Killian Dane. So
generous is Aleister Black giving roundhouse kicks to everyone.
I mean, they're a stable. They're all equal.
Yeah.
Now that we've talked about what happened, what did you like about NXT?
I liked the women's vignettes.
Yes.
In exact stark contradiction to what Shayna Baszler is trying to do.
Yeah.
essentially all of them are saying the exact opposite. Like, we're not afraid of Shayna Baszler. You know, we're going to win the championship.
Yeah.
Away from her, kind of
yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Even people like Aaliyah and people like Vanessa Bourne, who aren't, like, they're not really established on the roster.
Yeah.
But they're still not taking the Shayna Baszler tyrannical role. Like, they're not taking it seriously. They don't care about Shayna Baszler and how strong she is. They want a shot at the NXT Women's Championship, which is really interesting. And then on the opposite side of that, I think it's very interesting that they're still keeping the presence of Shayna Baszler very, very high on a pedestal with someone like Dakota Kai, who we know is a extremely talented and fierce competitor, but she is, like, the idea that she is afraid to do what she loves to do because of Shayna Baszler is really interesting.
I think it all boils down to the fact that Dakota Kai is easy to sympathize for babyface.
Oh, absolutely.
And she was really... And I mean, I know, like, Shayna did things leading up to the Ember Moon matches, but Dakota Kai was really the only victim of Shayna Baszler that meant anything, to be completely honest, aside from Ember Moon herself.
Right.
So, that's the thing that's going to stick.
Yeah.
Is the fact that Dakota Kai has her own new hurdle to get over.
Yeah.
And that's kind of going to help her almost be... I feel like they want to go with some sort of almost like a Johnny Gargano story.
Like, kind of, she's the one that they want to overcome and eventually beat, at least face Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, but she's going to have all these little hurdles to get past in order to get to that point.
Yeah. I'm interested to see if Shayna kind of goes on another streak where she takes out someone like Vanessa Bourne or someone like Aaliyah or someone and kind of put them in the same place as Dakota Kai. It'd be interesting to see if they start to build more of a contingency that's actually scared of Shayna Baszler. What did you love?
You know what? I liked the impromptu match between Aleister Black and Eric Young.
Agreed.
It was really good.
Yeah, my love's the same thing, except just the whole unpredictability of the main event situation was really fun.
And it was really well done. It was really fluid. It didn't seem like...
Yeah.
It didn't get choppy.
Yeah. They did a really good job of just kind of having one thing lead to another. And it was really... I think what was even better about having Eric Young come out and just, for whatever reason, he's going to SmackDown, but fuck it, he wants to go for the NXT Championship.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting because it makes it feel like everyone wants Aleister Black. Mm-hmm. Like, Johnny was ready for it last week, got jumped. Aleister was ready to just beat the hell out of Ciampa, but Eric Young decides, well, this is my opportune moment, and was going to take that.
Well, yeah, it worked, because it was chaos.
Yeah, and that's
it's
exactly
the sanity motif.
Yeah.
Is that, like, everyone was kind of, like, rocked from what happened, so he was going to try and swoop in and make it about himself.
Yeah. And it kind of harkens back to Attitude Era, where someone there's a fight backstage and someone's like, oh well, I guess I don't have a match, and then someone else comes out and kind of do that whole thing. It was cool. Did you dislike anything?
Not really.
I'm done with Tito and Riddick.
Yeah.
I could have been done with that like a month ago.
Yeah, at least for me, this feels a lot more final than anything else they've done.
This seems like a better direction, because it seemed like Riddick was going to be the one that was going to be the heel.
Yeah.
And they were going to try and push Tino. Full Sail's not going to let Tino be pushed.
I don't know. My prediction is, maybe in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, they're going to have a match against each other, and that's kind of going to be it. Like,
you think so?
Yeah.
Just one and done like that? Or
I feel like that's what's going to happen. I don't know. I can almost guarantee you Vince is probably super high on these guys.
Well, yeah, they're big. They're sweaty buff dudes. So.
As far as what he probably pays attention to in NXT.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're two big, muscly guys who are basically performance center bred.
Yeah.
So Vince is probably going to keep trying to get Triple H to push them, but
Triple H is just going to keep doing the same thing. Yeah, I mean,
no, my only dislike is that we didn't actually get to see Johnny Gargano versus Aleister Black.
Yeah, that
would have been a great match.
Yeah, that would have been
one.
But that leaves that open for later on when we've seen
I'm hoping the next takeover is a triple threat match between the three of them. Black, Ciampa, and Gargano.
Oh,
yeah,
that'd be vicious. I'm into it. All right. Well, with that being said, NXT is over. We're not going to do our traditional predictions for the upcoming Greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I mean,
but
one, it's kind of an unprecedented event.
Yeah, and
two, Predictions Villain wasn't available. He's flying over.
He's actually going?
Yeah, to Saudi Arabia.
What's he going?
To predict the Rumble.
Why is he predicting over there?
I don't know, maybe somebody's paying him more. We just pay him in nasty-ass Twizzlers.
Well, not everyone's made of money, all right?
And something called umbrella wax, which I don't even think is a real thing.
We don't talk about umbrella wax. So, instead of doing a full predictions, I mean, a lot of these matches we kind of feel like it's really obvious who's going to win. I think the only match that's still kind of up in the air is potentially Brock versus Roman, because they're both on the same show. So that could
the ones where both guys in the match are on the same brand.
Yeah,
are way more up in the air.
Yeah. Whereas opposed to
like Cedric versus Kalisto.
Yeah,
Brock Roman. Usos Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah.
Whereas the Intercontinental title match was just split 50-50. The U.S. title match is 50-50.
I mean, essentially, if I had to say it, I'm pretty sure that Jeff and Seth are both going to retain their belts.
And highly doubtful that the Bar will be taking the Raw tag team titles away. Or the fact that, it seems so inconsistent in what's going to happen with the belts. Because the Bar was saying on SmackDown that if they won, that would get them back on Raw. Because they don't want to be in SmackDown.
Yeah, I think with the fact that there was a fairly equal switch of teams, I don't foresee the Bar staying on Raw. So with that being said, we are going to talk about the people that are confirmed for the 50-man Royal Rumble and pick a potential winner just because. So the current people set to be in the Greatest Royal Rumble is Daniel Bryan, Braun Strowman, Kurt Angle, Apollo Crews, Titus O'Neil, Elias, Goldust, Mojo Rawley, Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin, Chad Gable, Big E, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, Shelton Benjamin, Sin Cara, Chris Jericho, Bobby Roode, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Shane McMahon, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, The Great Khali, and Mark Henry. Bringing some people back. We got some top stars from both brands. That gives us a total of 26, so just over half of the entrants have been announced. I mean,
there's like a lot of guys who haven't been announced. A couple guys have been taken out. Zack Ryder was going to be in it.
We do know that one of the tryout people is gonna be in it.
Whoever is the winner, essentially from the 8 tryout people that they've picked.
Yeah,
that they're continually testing. One of those guys is going to get in it.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Kane and Zack Ryder have both been removed. Zack Ryder got hurt on Raw.
But it's just a strain. He's only gonna be out for a couple of weeks. No need for surgery. So good to hear that, Zach.
And Kane's probably doing
Kane's running for
political
mayor,
stuff.
He's got stuff he's got to
do. And there's a lot of people who are kind of unspoken for.
And there's so many people in other matches that,
if any of them double over, that takes a lot of space. And guys like Mike Bennett who haven't been announced one way or the other.
Yeah, well, I know he's headed to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
so
he's got Mike Bennett, the Ascension, all these guys who aren't booked in the Rumble or other matches.
Both members of the Revival.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a ton of people still left to be announced. But do you have a front runner for the Rumble?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman. That's a pretty good pick.
What about you?
I kind of want, just by what he said on SmackDown, I kind of want to side with Daniel Bryan. Like, this has been like his heroic return.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that they'll do something with him and Cass, since that seems to be their push on SmackDown.
And they're going to have a match at Backlash.
Yes. So they'll probably add a little more fuel to the fire there.
Cass will probably eliminate Daniel Bryan.
Potentially.
Or vice versa.
So, yeah, Braun is a good choice. I think if I had to choose anyone, I wouldn't be surprised if, just for the hell of it, Rey Mysterio wins. They've been in talks of bringing him back and having him run
He's won a Rumble before.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's not a. He was in the 40-man Rumble, wasn't he?
I'm pretty sure he was.
Yeah. So I mean, he's no stranger to Rumbles or larger than normal Rumbles. So there's a good chance that I mean, why the hell not? Have they said that the Greatest Royal Rumble wins somebody something, or is it just...
It's a trophy.
It's a trophy.
It's a big trophy. It's pretty cool, though, because, like, the cup thing at the top is kind of, like, unique looking.
Okay.
And then the little things that hold it to the base are actually, like, swords, like scimitar
that's
style
cool.
swords.
All right.
I mean, it's very stereotyping the region, but at the same time, it's kind of badass looking.
Yeah. Well... Yeah, I mean, you got Chris Jericho in there, stuff, that could happen.
Baron Corbin is a guy they're high on right now.
Yeah, Baron Corbin. I mean, you have all three members of the New Day, who, they're always...
They could split a win.
So
who do you got? Just pick one name.
I'll go Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll go the complete opposite of you. You're going the biggest guy in the match. I will go the smallest guy in the match.
Yeah.
So yeah. We'll do a quick review, probably Sunday or Monday after the Greatest Royal Rumble has happened and we've both watched it. Yeah. So let us know down below who you think might win the Greatest Royal Rumble. Let us know what you thought about NXT. But for now, guys, thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Click those links down below.
There are so many social media links.
There's also a podcast link.
That's the one that says SoundCloud.
You can get this review and all of our regular reviews in podcast form. There's also Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
It's reasonable with a W.
Like wrestling, where we have The List.
It's a new video.
We have Question of the Week.
Another new video.
With Thomas Wolfe. We also have our unboxing videos, which we just did one last week. And we have punishment videos and other videos that are loosely based around wrestling. But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
And as always, fuck Modus.
Fuck Modus. They're not going to win the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Hell no.
Neither of them. Definitely not both of them. How mad would you be?
If both of them won?
Yeah.
There's not a describable number or word for it.